Hello students, today we are going to learn about the difference between a public company and a private company. So there are basically two type of companies. One more type is there also. We will learn about it later. That is one person company. So today we are going to differentiate between a public and private company. So whenever we are going to differentiate between any two topics, first of all we have to write the basis of difference. Then we have to write comparatively all the points. So here we have the basis of difference, and first basis is capital. So in public company the minimum requirement of capital is rupees 5 lakh, and in a private company it is rupees 1 lakh minimum. So it means we can start a private company easily as compared to a public company, because there is less requirement of capital. Then next point is members, or we can say the shareholders. So for starting a public company, at least 7 persons are required minimum, and maximum there is no limit. That's why public companies are more favorable, or they have more profits, because the number of shareholders in a public company is unlimited, and any number of persons can be added to our company as a shareholder, and they can invest money. That's why a company has a feature of huge funds. They have large amount of funds because of this feature, because the number of members or shareholder is unlimited. But now in private company the minimum requirement of members is 2, and the maximum number is 200. So there is a restriction in the private company that their members cannot exceed 200. Minimum they can have 2 members, and it is also a good feature that we can start with only 2 members. In a private company, only 2 members are required to start with. Next point is directors. In public company, minimum requirement of directors is 3, and in private company it is 2. So here also the private company has some advantage. Like in last point, they have last 3 points, they have less capital, their minimum number of members is also 2, and the number of directors is also 2. So private company has a privilege that if we are short of persons, if we have less capital, then we can start our business easily with minimum resources. Next point is invitation. Invitation means the company, like we have public company here, so we will talk about the public company. Can a public company invite general public to subscribe its shares or debentures? So it is yes for a public company. A public company can invite general public for subscribing its shares or debentures or any kind of securities. But in private company there is a restriction that it cannot invite general public. So a question arises here: if they do not, or if they cannot invite the general public for capital subscription, then how they will arrange their funds? Actually, a private company is set up by a close friend circle or relatives, which collect their money, and the limit of money is also very less, 1 lakh. So it can be easily arranged. That's why they are generally restricted for inviting the public. They cannot take equity share capital or preference share capital or debentures from general public. They can have it from their family or friends. Next point is transfer of shares. Suppose I have purchased 10 shares of any company and now I want my money back, then I can sell them in the open market through my broker and get my money back. This facility is available only to the public company. In a public company, we can transfer our shares. There is no restriction on transferability of shares. But in a private company, any member cannot sell its shares to any other. So this is also a difference. Next point is name. Here we use a suffix at the end of the name of company, and in case of public company we will use the public limited after its names, or in short we can write LTD. It also denotes public limited. In a private company we have to either write the private limited or in short PVT LTD. The next point is index of members. Index of member here means the details of each and every shareholder with their address, telephone number, and a public company has to prepare compulsorily index of a member. If they have 200 members, then also they have to write the details of 200. If they have 2000 or 2 lakh members, then also they have to write the details of each and every member. So it is compulsory in the public company because their accountability is more than a private company. They are borrowing money from the public and they have to return it. That's why details of each and every member is written here. But in a private company, index of member is not compulsory, means it is not compulsory to maintain it. So generally they do not maintain the index of members or details of members. And the last point is commencement, when they will start their business. So public company have to follow all the steps. Actually there are 4 steps in the formation of a company, and it has to follow all the 4 steps, and a private company has to follow only 2 steps. What are these steps? For a public company, the first step is promotion, then second step is incorporation, third step is capital subscription, and last step is commencement of business or getting the certificate of commencement of business. So it has to follow all the 4 steps, but the private company has to follow starting 2 steps, that is promotion and incorporation. So this is the difference between a public and a private company. Thank you, students.